What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 6 Monday Night Football.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for this Monday Night Football showdown between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. And if you stay to the very end after all my picks and after I show you the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll give you my super secret sleeper pick that no one's talking about. Oh, and stick around to the very end after that sleeper pick. This is a brand new segment this week. I'm going to give you my top 3 DraftKings captains and FanDuel MVPs. If you don't get the captain right, it's hard to win. So stick around for the top 3 captains at the end of this video. Okay, Week 6, Monday Night Football showdown quarterbacks. We got Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford. Both of these guys are fine plays. Aaron Rodgers is coming off of a 9 fantasy point game last week, so he's set up for a huge bounce back week versus the Detroit Lions, who have the 12th worst defense overall and give up the 14th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. This is a home game for Aaron Rodgers. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, they always bounce back from bad games, but you're going to have to pay up for Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the most expensive players on the slate. Now, Aaron Rodgers is only averaging 16.3 fantasy points per game on the season. He gets about 2.8 rush attempts per game. He's projected at 18.3 fantasy points here tonight. So Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, and they have the Green Bay Packers favored by 3. So that's a pretty close game. So depending on how you build your lineups, if you're going to be playing the Green Bay pass catchers, you want to play Aaron Rodgers. If you're going to be playing the Detroit Lions pass catchers, you want to play Matthew Stafford. But in general, I do favor Matt Stafford a little bit because of the savings that he offers, and he's got the potential to match or outscore Aaron Rodgers. They should be down a little bit in this game, forced to pass the ball, and Matthew Stafford is averaging 21.3 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 24 fantasy points last week, so he's been heating up. He gets an average of 3 rushes per game, projected at 15.7 fantasy points here tonight. He's got a tougher matchup. The Green Bay Packers give up the 6th fewest fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. He's on the road, but Aaron Rodgers is down his top wide receiver in Davante Adams. So that's why I'm favoring Matthew Stafford here a little bit. Save some salary, build up the rest of your lineup, but it could definitely go either way. So I like Matthew Stafford here versus the Green Bay Packers.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy,
and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at this Monday Night Football showdown running backs. I like Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers playing the Detroit Lions, who have the 12th worst defense overall and give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Aaron Jones has averaged 23.6 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 52 fantasy points last week. He had 18 the week before that and 15 the week before that. So he's heating up. He's already heated up. He's on fire. He's getting an average of 15.6 rushes per game and 4.6 pass targets per game. But those pass targets have come way up in the last 2 games, 7 and then 8 pass targets last game. He's projected at 17.2 fantasy points here tonight. They have Green Bay ahead by 3. It's not a big spread, but I do expect that they run the ball quite a bit, especially without their top pass catcher in Davante Adams. I think they're going to game plan for Aaron Jones. This is a home game. He's going to have the energy of the crowd behind him, coming off of a monster game with a great matchup this week So I like Aaron Jones here versus the Detroit Lions. And now don't forget about Kerryon Johnson. The way I'm going to play this, if I'm playing Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to stack his pass catchers, and then I'm going to play Kerryon Johnson. If I'm playing Matthew Stafford, I'm going to stack his pass catchers, and I'm going to play Aaron Jones. Kerryon Johnson has scored 14 fantasy points per game on the season. He's got a nice matchup versus the Green Bay Packers, who give up the third most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Kerryon Johnson is averaging 18.5 rushes per game and 2.3 pass targets per game. He's projected at 15.6 fantasy points here tonight, and he's the guy you're going to have to go to if you want to save some salary at the running back position. So I like Kerryon Johnson here versus the Green Bay Packers. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy football videos every day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy football content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. Monday Night Football, Week 6, FanDuel and DraftKings, Showdown. We're looking at the wide receiver position. If you're playing Matthew Stafford, you're going to want to have exposure to Kenny Golladay. He's his top wide receiver, averaging 17.6 fantasy points per game on the season, getting 9 pass targets per game, on the field for 90% of the snaps, touching the ball 14% of that time, projected at 14.8 fantasy points here tonight. So you definitely want to have some Kenny Golladay if you're playing Matthew Stafford, but you're going to have to pay up for him. So if you want to pay down at a wide receiver that you want to stack with Matthew Stafford, or you could play him with Kenny Golladay, I like Marvin Jones from the Detroit Lions playing the Green Bay Packers, who give up the 17th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Marvin Jones has averaged 13.8 fantasy points per game on the season. He gets about 6 pass targets per game, on the field for 88% of the snaps. He's projected at 11.8 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to offer you some salary relief. He put up 25 points a couple games ago. He had an 11 last game, so he's been a productive fantasy player. So I like Marvin Jones here versus the Green Bay Packers. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, MLB is still going, NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, Monday Night Football, Showdown, tight end position. I like TJ Hawkinson from the Detroit Lions playing the Green Bay Packers. They've got a good defense, and they've been pretty good versus tight ends. But after those running backs and wide receivers, I'm looking to save some salary at this position, so I'm going to come down from Jimmy Graham because TJ Hawkinson is averaging 10.7 fantasy points per game on the season, whereas Jimmy Graham is only averaging 7.4 fantasy points per game on the season. TJ Hawkinson gets about 5 pass targets per game. He's projected at 7.9 fantasy points here tonight. He's on the field for 68% of the snaps and touches the ball 10% of the time. This guy was a monster in the start of the season. He came on with 12 fantasy points last game after putting up a couple of duds. He should be involved tonight, so I like TJ Hawkinson here versus the Green Bay Packers.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video.
You've unlocked the bonus content. My super secret sleeper pick for this Monday Night Football showdown is Jake Kumaro from the Green Bay Packers playing the Detroit Lions, who have the 12th worst defense overall and they're middle of the pack versus opposing wide receivers. Jake Kumaro is projected at 6.5 fantasy points here tonight. He's super low salary. He got 2 pass targets last game. This guy's just coming on as one of their wide receivers, so he's going to be super low owned, and he could be stepping up in the absence of Davante Adams. So this guy could find the end zone tonight. If he does, he's going to be in the winning lineup. So I'm not going crazy on this guy, but I'm going to get my share. So I like Jake Kumaro here versus the Detroit Lions. Okay guys, thanks for sticking around. We're going to go over the captains and MVP plays that I like for this Monday Night Football showdown slate. Okay, so my top captains are going to be the guys that I think have the most upside. That's Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Kenny Golladay, Kerryon Johnson, and Matthew Stafford. I might throw in one Packers defense captain, but only on DraftKings. And I think the Detroit Lions are going to score plenty of points tonight, so I don't think it's going to be a defensive battle. If you're playing on FanDuel, you pay the same salary at MVP as your other positions, so go ahead and stick a guy like Aaron Jones or Kenny Golladay or Kerryon Johnson in your MVP spot. I prefer the skilled positions, the running backs and the wide receivers. The winning lineup only has the quarterback in the MVP spot about 30% of the time, so it can happen. But I think Aaron Jones is going to be my favorite captain this week. The home favored running back, who's coming off a monster week, should get plenty of work again with Davante Adams out. I'm not going to get too cute here, guys. I think Aaron Jones has the most upside in this matchup. So those are my captains. Thanks for hanging around. Oh, and if you're playing on DraftKings, don't be afraid to play a lower salary captain, because you save a ton of salary in your lineup and you can fit other players in to make up those points. So a guy like Marvin Jones, Geronimo Allison, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, even Jimmy Graham or TJ Hawkinson. Those guys are all in play as captains over there on DraftKings. I'd stay away from the tight end captains and go with Marvin Jones or MVS.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite
Player for this NFL slate.
I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.